Welcome to Post 2 for the series of Making Life Meaningful. Post 1 covered the point that meaningful is an intangible feeling, not the tangible outcome. Remember that meaning is the shimmer of the North Star, not the star. Meaning is the thunder of Niagara Falls, not the falls. Meaning is the glory of the climb, not the mountain. And the final point of Post 1 was that meaning energizes your journey of a noble life. Speaking for myself and my own journey, I want to understand this fully because I don't want the times in my life that were meaningful to be just a fluke. I feel the energy of meaningful moments, and I am determined to experience the energy of making my life meaningful every day. I think it's what you would like too. So let's get started. Point 1. Why do we go to a gas station? To visit the building? The gas station itself? No. We go to get fuel for our car. The gas station is merely a source of getting fuel. Fuel, which is energy to get us where we need to go. Gasoline is a tangible energy. The laws of physics state that energy must have a source. Energy isn't taken from thin air. Whether that energy is derived from gasoline, electric, solar, or nuclear, any form of energy has a source. This law also applies to the intangible energy to our spirit. In history, when an exhausted army must continue to march, they are revived with the bagpipers piping the song, Scotland the Brave, and energy surges through the soldiers. Not only do they keep marching, but there's now even an oomph in their step, and the troops are energized to carry on. So, what was that source of fuel? Well, music was the gas station. The pipers' songs have meaning, and that meaning gave the men energy. Energy in Chinese is called qi. In yoga, it's called shakti. For a Western civilization, we call this energy our spirit. So, here's the key. The fuel for our spirit is meaning. Meaning fuels within us the determination to live our noble values. It fuels the desire to press on, and meaning gives us strength to reach whatever is our own personal North Star destiny. Remember from Post 1, meaning is the shimmer of our North Star, not the star. This shimmer of meaning can be the smile of your child eating pancakes in the morning. You are energized to face the long day ahead of a job you don't like. Because the truth is, you are here to transform humanity for the better, starting with your own child. Remember that meaning is the thunder of Niagara Falls, not the falls. The thunder of meaning rumbles through you when you see your employees are able to buy a house. So the strain and risk of running a business becomes worth it, because the meaning of your life is you are here to transform humanity for the better. Remember that meaning is the glory of the climb, not the mountain. The glory of meaning shines when a young person turns to us and says, "Thank you." Our commitment to this next generation is paying off, and our spirit is refueled. When we have meaning in our life, we experience an effervescent energy. It's as real to our spirit as gas is to our car. When we have a reason to get up in the morning, meaning is a literal energy for our human spirit. Point 2. Nikola Tesla, a young boy in the Austrian Empire, the mid-1800s. He sees a postcard of Niagara Falls and says he wants to harness that energy. Well, years later, Tesla comes to America, and his discovery of alternating current is used for the generating system of Niagara Falls. I went to Niagara Falls when I was young, stood in awe of the roar, the mist of water on my face, and never once thought about harnessing the energy. And it was right there in front of me, not a picture seen on the other side of the world. However, I have experienced the energy of having a meaningful life, and I want to harness that. Tesla's dream was to have free energy for everyone. My dream is for everyone to know that a meaningful life is a free source of energy for our spirit. When we can grasp what it literally means to make life meaningful, we have access to that energy. This shimmer, thunder, and glory is abundant to anyone with the key of understanding. Golda Meir understood this energy from living a meaningful life. She explains her own North Star to transform the world to the better. Golda, as a child, had survived Russian pogroms, and later would say, "If there is any logical explanation for the direction which my life has taken, it is the desire and determination to save Jewish children from a similar fate." This is the meaning that fueled her spirit, energized years of 18-hour workdays, and propelled her to becoming Prime Minister of Israel. When Golda was asked about her rise to power, she responded that it was the wrong question. She explained, quote, "It isn't really important to decide when you are very young exactly what you want to become when you grow up. It is much more important to decide on the way you want to live. If you are going to be honest with yourself and honest with your friends, if you are going to get involved with causes which are good for others, not only for yourselves, then it seems to me that this is sufficient. And maybe what you will be is only a matter of chance." End quote. So, her drive to protect children led to her overseeing housing for thousands of new incoming Jewish families that had lived through the Holocaust. Or children, she personally expedited a quicker release from deportation camps. Golda would later see the mothers with their children now grown up on the streets of Tel Aviv. Once a mother came up to Golda and said, "Look, this is my daughter. You helped save her from the Cyprus camp." So yes, Golda lived her North Star determination to save children. Here's another example from history. It's a man whose North Star was teaching and making humanity better through his students. It's the 1800s. He is a widow living in Poland under Russian rule. He must care for his 5 children while taking in boarders, tutoring children, or a teaching job under the thumb of Russians. He keeps his children on a continual learning schedule and encourages even his daughters to press on with their education. It's a wonder he didn't crack and give up his North Star when he's fired by the Russians for standing up for a Polish student. We could look at him and wonder, wow, how did he ever do that? But this man saw his life as meaningful. He doesn't know how it will all turn out. Will any of this and his efforts pay off? It would not have mattered. His noble commitment never wavered. This meaning energized his otherwise dismal days as he kept difficult jobs to support his children now attending universities. One of them, a daughter, is Marie Curie. Marie Curie, who goes on to win 2 Nobel Prizes in science, and whose discoveries lead to the beginning of saving lives from cancer through radiation therapy. And the final point, point 3, may be the most important for you. Creating a meaningful life is the only thing we have control over. For other aspects of our life and how it proceeds, relationships, our career, we really don't have any control over them. We wish we did, but we don't. We can't control relationships, spouses, parents, children. We can't control any of that. We can only influence how that will turn out. Even more so, our career. And we know it includes so many variables that we do not control. But living a meaningful life, here we have complete control. No one can take away our North Star purpose, which also means it is always our choice. There is no reason, excuse, justification that can defy the fact that having a meaningful life is our choice. It's why we gasp at the story of Elie Wiesel and the thousands of others having survived the Holocaust. Yes, what they went through was horrific, but our reverence for them comes when we recognize that survivors of such atrocities made the choice to still transform humanity for the better. Survivors of injustice who make the choice of living a meaningful life and still make the humanity around them a better place, they negate any excuses we might have in avoiding our decision to have a meaningful life. We'll close with a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. She tells us, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." I understand now she was talking about keeping control of our choice to live a meaningful life. No one can take that away from us, and no one with a meaningful life will ever feel inferior. We are powerful beyond measure. Thank you for joining me in this continuing discovery of making our lives meaningful. I look forward to your comments and your insights. Thank you for emailing me. And I look forward to sharing post 3 with you next. Until then, take care.